Hello and welcome to the Interlocking Loops Flosstube channel on YouTube. I'm your host Angela and we're back for another episode. It is July 30th, 2019 and I wanted to do a little bit of wrap up. If you remember last time I talked about the 24 hours of cross stitch July challenge that I had been working on, and I wanted to talk a little bit about that. So let's go ahead and get on with the show. I'm filming in the same location, but I'm standing this time as opposed to sitting, and I'm not sure I'm going to like it this way, but we're going to try it this way. Try something new once in a while, right? Okay, so let's talk about the finished patterns. Alright, this one is by Loohoo Stitches, Little Summer Fling. It's adorable. Strawberry. And while the stitching is done, as usual, I have not had time to do any fully finished things. This is a coffee tea dyed piece of fabric. It's Ada. Mine, of course, is slightly different than the pattern because that seems to be how I roll. So there's a little bit of back stitching. I didn't do that. I did some of it, and then there's a little bit of detail that I decided I didn't need to have that on mine. So, but I really think the red looks really nice against this fabric. So that's a fully finished, at least the stitching part goes. I'm keeping it in a very summer bag, one that I made myself with watermelons. Okay, another one that I haven't started, but today's the 30th. It's in the evening. The first is on Thursday. So I have about 24 hours and some change before I'll be starting the last one that I'd hoped to start and get at least 24 minutes of stitching in. And this is the Little House Needleworks Fresh Watermelon. So that is my almost started project. Here are the DMC flosses for it. Now my dilemma is what color do I go with? And that is exactly why I have not started. So I've got a real light 18 count or coffee tea dyed, I believe it's a 16 count. I fear that this DMC won't show up a whole lot on this real light ivory very well. And I think the other colors will look really nice. I think there won't be as much contrast overall for all of the colors on this coffee tea dyed Ada. Stay tuned to see which one I pick. My ideal is probably to have 18 count ivory Ada to do it on, but I don't have that. So stay tuned to find out what I do end up using. So that one will get at least 24 minutes of stitching on it before the 1st of August for the challenge. My other challenge projects include Cinnamon Stars, which will be a big player in next month's August challenge. And this is by Plum Street Samplers. If you remember, I mentioned I started this actually last fall and got sidelined. Well, I'm trying to work extra on it because it's one of my Stitch 9 challenges. And so I'm hoping the next part to be working on this detail here and then some of this kind of in the sky part. What I have finished is part of the roofs and some of the stacks, and this is an ivory. It looks kind of white or gray, but it's actually an ivory. So I have worked on it some. It just needs quite a bit more work. So with any luck, we'll be getting some embellishment and things up here. So but I really like that one. I saw several people last fall stitching that and I just couldn't resist. So, and that's on 14 count Ada. Okay, well, let's talk about the other ones I've worked on. The one I have been spending a little bit of time on the last couple of days is Red House in Winter by Little House Needleworks. Love a good red house. I'm considering not stitching this very bottom portion and stopping with the snow. Stay tuned. So that color is of the house. Is I think my favorite color of all, and is Fancy Floss. I believe it's Bing Cherry. Yep. I think so. So I really like that quite a bit. So here it is in the skein version. Is that variegation? Oh, isn't that pretty? Classic Colorworks Bing Cherry. So that's what's I've been working on. I'm also using Pat Carson needles, size 26. I had some recommendations for that. So when I start my cross stitch, I start in the middle of the project. That happened to be in the middle of the house. So I started the windows. This little bit here is going to be, I think, the door. And then this is going to be where the house is. And there'll be a tree on each side. So stay tuned for more of that coming up. But I like the Pat Carson needles. Another thing that I have been working with are these little bitty snips. And they're from Needlecase Goodies. I'm sure you can find them other places. But they travel really well. I like the fact they have kind of a point protector so I can put them in some of my vinyl bags and I don't have to worry about them causing a hole. Alright, another one that I've spent quite a bit of time working on. Starspangled Swine, and I have it almost done. I'm working on the small. Get it out of the plastic here. So this small right here, red, white, and moo. How adorable is that? From Hands On Design and Priscilla. My first time working on any kind of black. And it's a little off-centered in the hoop right now because I'm still working on kind of the banner. The next thing is going to be, once I finish the banner, there's a chicken up here and it needs to happen. So this isn't so bad. It's 14 count. I do have to have pretty good light to be able to stitch on it, but it's been pretty enjoyable. So my needle minder is of the same picture. I don't know that you can really see that, but those are living in another one of my project bags that I have made. And if I may have mentioned this before, it's from the Calico channel on YouTube. She did one with her son's GoPro, and you can find it there. And this is chili. So, okay, let's see. Another one. I have a two-tiered standing kind of desk here I'm trying to work with. One I thought I'd get more steam, more going with it than I really have. It's a Lizzie Kate, one of her Buzzy String. And this is on toast. It's wrinkly. Sorry about the wrinkles. Don't you just love the ladybugs? So that'll be nice. I've enjoyed these other ones. I just seem like I fell in love with the chalk one quite a bit and been working on that. So some of these you'll see in next month's challenge if I can make them fit in the categories anyway. Another one that I started, which I can't wait for, let's say January, for things to be cold enough for hot cocoa, by Little House Needleworks. Hot cocoa, aptly named. Mug of hot cocoa there. And that's on Coffee Tea Dyed. Ada cloth as well. I don't know how easy that is to see, but it says sugar and chocolate on it so far. So. And And then one that should have been done some time ago is the Holiday Hoopla by Brenda Gervais, the 4th of July. I did probably 24 minutes of stitching on it for the month, and I haven't touched it again. I know everybody else has done this too. It's adorable. And here's what I have so far. So I just think about how next year I'm going to have this finished and how nice that will look. So got just a couple of more, but a total of 10 projects started or worked on rather in the month of July. This one is by Plum Street Samplers, the Spring Salt Boxes, and I am stitching this one right here with kind of the aqua colored salt box. And that's what I've gotten finished so far, is that aqua. It's really a pretty color. So, and that's tea stained Ada. It's, I don't know how much you can tell the variegation. I guess you can a little bit. And I believe what's the last one that I've been working on is yet again Little House Needleworks. A lot of their design style really appeals to me quite a bit. Deer Valley Inn will make a nice pillow. And I've got part of the border, I've got the house, some flowers, and I'm working on the building. So I don't have the color for the deer, so I had to skip over that till I can get a chance to grab that DMC. All right, let's talk a little bit about acquisitions. I have purchased a little bit, and this is also from Needlecase Goodies. The Heart in Hand Square Dance for July, August, and September. I could not wait for this. So we've got a fish, a bee themed with bee skeps and beehives. Check that out, chickens. That's great. And then I may have mentioned Luminous Fiber Arts. I purchased some fabric. I laugh because I'm pretty okay with stitching on Ada. I'm pretty secure in that. She had some beautiful colors, and I was hoping to get to her shop before more of the Ada was sold, and I didn't. Okay, this is 18 count. I think it's a fat quarter of macchiato. You can see a little bit of variegation, I think, in that. So that's 18 count. Okay. And then I went and bought a couple pieces of linen. Dun dun dun. I can't believe it, but I may be trying to give some of that a try. Let's see. So this is indigo color. I believe it's 28 count. Yes, fat quarter. Isn't this color beautiful? Now you can see why I purchased it, even though it's linen. That's my first time purchasing from Misty. And this one is Soft Sea, I believe, another 28 count linen. It's kind of like a seafoam color. Here they are side by side. So apparently I'm going to be getting into a little bit of linen too. I didn't want to get crazy because I'm not sure how well I'll really like that, but we'll give it a try. Haven't picked out the pattern. I'm still in the mode of the fabric is so pretty. Oh, I don't want to stitch on it. What if I ruin it? I'm sure she'll be dying more, so So those are my acquisitions. There hasn't been much. I have looked on I'm on the 24 Hours of Cross Stitch Facebook group, and I was able to find the 24 Hours of Cross Stitch August 2019 challenge, and I started filling out things. I'm going to be getting a timer so I can do a better job of timing. I'm not going to count stitches, but this one is X Stitch Day. So I have 6 of the blanks finished, filled in rather, of what I know I want to do for the different letters. So, and if you don't know how to get those, because I'm not really tech savvy, I joined the Facebook group, and then because I do most everything on my mobile phone, I didn't know how to access the files from there and be able to download and print something from my phone. So I needed to get on my laptop, get into Facebook, find that group, click into the file section, and there you can find it, and you can download it right from there as, I believe, a PDF, and then I could print that right on my printer. So in case that's something that's a little bit confusing to you, that's how you can get the job done. So let's see, if we talk about other crafts a little bit, I have been doing a little bit of other crafts. I'll go over just a bit of the knitting, primarily sock knitting because it's easier to show. I have one sock finished of a pair for my husband. I need to get the second one cast on. He wears a lot of blue, so this will go well with his wardrobe. And the last sock is actually made out of the same company sock yarn, and it's Trekking XXL sock yarn. And it's a sock for me in green. So I wear green, but I wear lots of different colors. So, and these are all knit on DPNs. These crazy ninja-like looking needles from the top down. So with the typical heel flap and gusset. And I enjoy that quite a bit. I've done a little bit of spinning, but I did not bring my spinning wheel over here. But it's been pretty stressful at my work, and it seems like spinning is pretty relaxing. The knitting is easy and fairly portable, but I try and do at least 45 minutes of cross stitch every evening. I'm hoping to get back and do a little bit more of exercise here. Summer is usually one of my best times to try and do that. I'm a walker, and my daughter and I did that just tonight. I think it's going to help me feel a little bit better, maybe sleep a little bit better, and it's good. It's healthy for us. So that's what's been happening in my world. If you would like to continue to hear more about my journey and the crafts, I plan to start a little bit more about the spinning and maybe talk a little bit about my sweater I'm working on in knitting as well in the next episode. Just hit the subscribe button down below, and if you like the video, go ahead and hit the thumbs up. If you have a question or comment, please let me know that too. And until next time, happy stitching. Bye-bye.